Yeah, and Pacheco was healthy that whole time. This time, Pacheco's out, and he's going to come back with a vengeance. Cena, this is like, if you're a contending team right now, it would be amazing if you can just go out shopping and pick yourself up a superstar running back like a Derrick Henry, like a Saquon Barkley, like a Josh Jacobs, like a Joe Mixon. The Chiefs they don't have to shop for one because their guy's coming back in Isaiah Pacheco, but just shopping in general. Where do you frequent? Where do you frequent, Tina, as a person that loves to get a little retail therapy in?
I only go to the Gardens Mall, and unfortunately, I don't have a store like that.
Yeah.
But maybe we can, throw that idea out to them because they have so many stores opening up in 2025.
You can eat there. You can buy cars there.
Yes, you can. There's so many other options, but there's not options. No running backs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But before I get into how great the Gardens Mall is and that everything is all under one roof, when we are back after this Thanksgiving break,
I know.
12 Days of Christinamas starts. You get to hear my fabulous singing. Every day, the song gets longer. The 12 Days of Christinamas, between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m., will give a famous holiday quote from a film. First person to call in and get that movie correct will get a Gardens Mall gift card that you can use anywhere. This gift card you could use at Tap 42, at Cooper's Hawk, at Nike, at anywhere.
Nice.
I bet you Tesla takes it. They could get you a discount on stuff. You can use it towards there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a car, so I don't know how much.
I don't know if they maybe sell like some accessories, like a pen or anything. I don't know. Anywhere at the Gardens Mall, though, you can use this gift card. And you can go see the awesome decor that they have for all the holiday festivities. Celebrate the most wonderful time of the year at the Gardens Mall. Santa is here for photos during all mall hours now through Christmas Eve. Reserve your spot at whereissanta.com. The Kids Corner Holiday Shop in the Nordstrom Court is open where kids can pick out gifts for their favorite people with help from Santa's special helpers. So, we said a few weeks ago that kids are the worst gift givers.
They are.
This is a shop that gives you great options so you can get those better gifts. So take your kids there, enjoy festive decorations and holiday events throughout the mall. The Gardens Mall, just 1 mile east of I-95 on PJ Boulevard. Join this holiday season and make magical memories with the whole family. We got to get our Santa pictures scheduled.
We still got to get our Santa pick in. I'm excited for that because C-Cat's going to be sitting on Santa's lap. And I know that he's always wanted to do that.
Yes.
Also, I'm excited to get those holiday picks in because we don't have an updated photo of the squad here. This is our Theoretically Speaking squad, minus Dean, who comes on Thursdays when he's available.
But this is our first holiday card.
This will be
as us, yeah. As Theoretically Speaking.
Wow.
I have a question, kind of off topic, but it's the music that plays when Thea's talking about the wonderful partner of ours. What is Sabrina Carpenter's deal? Like, why is she famous now?
She's a good singer, right?
Yeah, she's an amazing singer.
She was a Disney star at some point.
Yes.
And then
she was in some Disney drama with Olivia Rodrigo.
She was also Disney?
Really?
Yes, so they were all in Disney. And
Ariana Grande is Disney too, right?
Yes, she
Victorious.
was. Victorious is great.
Yeah, it was.
But Sabrina Carpenter was in some drama with Olivia Rodrigo. Olivia Rodrigo and her boyfriend broke up. Sabrina dated him. There was this feud, but
wait, when you say they were in a drama, not a drama show.
No, there was real drama. Drama.
Okay.
She dated the ex-boyfriend. They were friends. And then she just popped off with her music.
Yeah.
And now her tour is amazing. Her music's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's explicit.
It is.
She says bad words and does bad things.
Really? Sabrina Carpenter?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only known this song.
I can't say on the air,
Yeah.
but every concert, every city she goes to,
Yeah.
in one of her songs, she does a different move in every city.
Which is
can't say
inappropriate.
the word?
It's an inappropriate.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. I can't say what it is. I'll tell you. No.
And then the attire
Thrusting?
No.
Is she flashing?
You're eventually going to guess it correctly, so we should probably stop here.
Yeah, we're going to stop. I'll tell you during the break. But
Moaning?
No.
That would be kind of weird.
I don't know. I think it's weird that it's such a secret. Okay, we'll talk about it in the break.
But also, you're supposed to wear lingerie to her concerts or something because that's what she wears.
I thought she was
people just copy her outfit.
Yes.
Because they're sparkly and bedazzled and it's a whole fit.
Exactly.
It's like Taylor Swift though. There's a whole Taylor Swift outfit you wear to her concerts. You dress like her.
I thought all their fans were 12.
Thank you. See, I thought the
They
same
are.
until
They're
last week.
They're 12 to 35. Taylor Swift are fans from 3 to 70.
Well,
Sabrina's a cool name.
Sabrina Carpenter
is a tough name.
Just the name Sabrina from the show, The Teenage Witch.
Her lyrics too. I've seen all these videos and reels that pop up of if you just like say her lyrics. Like they're good. Like,
Okay.
Are they good or, I mean, they're both, though, right? They're explicit, as I was saying.
They're
Like,
explicit, but it's like, whoa.
Nice.
Like, it's.
Make you feel good.
Yeah.
All right.
And also just like, it's smooth. Like, it's good.
It seems like you are a super fan.
I love her.
Yeah.
It's my song. Espresso.
That is your song. Okay. We'll see if Mike T is a big Sabrina Carpenter fan. Mike Tannenbaum joining us on the other side. We know he has new responsibilities, but he's still keeping his old ones, and that is an appearance on Theoretically Speaking. Mike T, to address the Jets rumors. They don't have a GM. They need a head coach. Mike Tannenbaum, assumedly, as we see from the reports, is going to be on the search committee for that. We'll see how much intel he'll give us into what the Jets need to go forward on.
He's going to have the most insight of anyone you've listened to.
Yeah.
If you're in the car, if you're watching on Twitter, on YouTube, you will not have any more in-depth and accurate insight on the Jets and Rodgers situation than about 5 minutes from now.
He's literally leading the search. So we'll find out what Woody Johnson and the Jets are looking for on the other side. Thanks, Tina, for pulling up for Happy Hour. Have a great Thanksgiving.
You too.
C-Cat, stick around. We got Mike T on the other side. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What's up, Heat fans? This is Jason Jackson from your Miami Heat audio experience. ESPN West Palm has you covered. Make sure you are always locked in with your favorite station to catch every single Heat game with me and the gang. It's time to ball, yo.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. See how they can make a difference for you at pnc.com.
Lease the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S today at Land Rover Palm Beach for only $499 per month with a 42-month lease and only $47.50 down, plus fees and first month's payment. Head over to Land Rover Palm Beach today, located on Okeechobee Boulevard just past the Turnpike, or visit LandRoverPalmBeach.com to set up a test drive of the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Hey, my name is Colin Russo, and this is your Miami Dolphins Minute. Well, the Dolphins are now riding hot here as they've won their third game in a row on Sunday against the New England Patriots at Hard Rock by a score of 34-15. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa put together his best game of the season so far, carving up that Pats defense for a 317-yard, 4-touchdown day. Receiver Jalen Waddle finally broke out in a big way himself, throttling his way to an 8-reception, 144-yard, and touchdown. Dolphins keep on winning. They got a path to the postseason. They're sitting at 5-6 with a fairly favorable schedule the rest of the way. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum as the Dolphins travel to Lambeau in Wisconsin for a Thanksgiving showdown against the Packers. That's this Thursday, 8/20. That was your Miami Dolphins Minute presented by Hard Rock Bet, Florida's official sportsbook. Bet on the Dolphins all season long. Try today and get up to $100 back in bonus bets if that first bet does not win. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
They can help you if you're in an accident, but your fantasy football team, not so much.
College basketball is coming to Sunrise. Catch a thrilling doubleheader at the 2024 AutoNation Orange Bowl Basketball Classic. Be there at Amerant Bank Arena on Saturday, December 14th as the UCF Knights take on the Tulsa Golden Hurricane and the Florida State Seminoles battle the Tulane Green Wave. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. Bring the whole family for a pregame party on the plaza. 1 ticket, 2 college basketball matchups. Tickets start at just $20. Get yours now at orangebowl.org.
Hi, this is Blaine Isbell, Corporate Vice President of Team IP. For over 30 years, Team IP has been a national leader in decorated apparel and promotional products. National corporate brands and 22 college bowl games, including the Boca Raton Bowl, make Team IP their partner of choice. Team IP, located right in our community in Stewart, is a proud partner of ESPN West Palm. Contact me anytime at 877-821-8643 or head to teamip.com and take the first step in making Team IP your team to boost your brand.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
It is the week of Thanksgiving. It is a Tuesday. We're 2 days away from Turkey Day, and wow, Harbaugh Bowl got us off to the right start. Thanks to Tina on the other side for pulling up for an early happy hour. A packed out show today. Later on, we have Jonathan Zaslow around 3 o'clock. But kicking off conversations around the NFL and football in general right now with us is former Jets general manager, former VP of football operations for the Miami Dolphins. He is Mike Tannenbaum. He joins us here on Theoretically Speaking on a Tuesday yet again. And Mike T, Thanksgiving plans for you. Are you hosting this year? Are you pulling up on other family? Or are you a little tied up with your new responsibilities there with the Jets?
I'm a big caloric consumer. Everybody has a role in Thanksgiving, and mine is to consume calories. I'm sort of agnostic to the marketplace, where and how that happens, guys. But we all have a role, and that's mine.
Yeah, I was about to say, so you'll be doing the eating, but are y'all going to host the people at your house, or are you going to at least do a road game? Because it's always better for a road game because then you don't have to, clean up, look after things, make sure people aren't, knocking over your fine china.
Yeah. No, we'll. I think we're mostly hosting here, so that's what I've been told.
Going as he's told there, and a smart idea for you, making things shake, and also being able to set up your plate. What out of these Thanksgiving Day games? All right, we're starting off with Lions Bears, which preseason felt like it was going to have more juice to it, but maybe we have a big Caleb Williams day. Heck, maybe Ben Johnson pulls out some fancy new tricks out of his bag to entertain us. That should be solid. The midday game will probably take a good nap. That's Cowboys-Giants, so nobody's really concerned with that one. But the Dolphins have an opportunity here to correct their season, to put themselves in position to really chase that 7th seed in the AFC against the Packers on Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football coverage. Which of those games are you most kind of keyed into, Mike T?
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's go with the night game. I think, at least on paper, fellas, it seems like it's going to be a high-scoring game. And it should be, the Dolphins always have that, hey, can they win in cold weather? They've played very well over the last couple of games. I think that's been, apparent. And, let's see how if they could do it on a short week on the road in inclement weather. But it's a great opportunity for them.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a chance for them to exercise a lot of demons at once, winning on the road against a contender, a winning team, as well as in the cold. Mike T, the Dolphins, if they're able to get a couple of wins stacked up, there's no way they're going to win the AFC East, but they can chase a wild card. I do want to talk a little AFC East football with you, if you will. I know the Jets are on the look for a head coach. They're on the look for a general manager. What is your general sense for what would be a good fit for the current state of the New York Jets?
Yep. So, look, it's going to be a long process. It's one that's going to be data-driven and process-driven. And I think, I've been involved with searches, guys, going back. I'm very lucky going back to literally 2000, 2001. And I just know the best results are when you have the best process. I think you have to be patient and sort of let the marketplace and the data come to you. And then however it plays out, head coach emerges early, GM X emerges late, whatever it may be, however it goes. If you try to stick to a great process, typically you can get a really good result.
Are you a GM before head coach guy?
It's funny. I used to probably be that, but I think now it's, however the marketplace goes, I think more fundamentally that's important, guys, is it's a partnership. And in any good partnership, you really have to have the space to disagree, in a material way, and then, obviously be able to function the next day. And those are the best ones where you could have knockdown dragouts and then go have lunch, because like I've done it, guys, where I've had final say, I've not had final say, and it's just so hard. You're talking about, 90 guys with 90 contracts, 90 egos, 90 agents, 90 cap dollars, 90, you have a cash budget. It's just really challenging, and you need a healthy partnership and collaboration.
For yourself and the 33rd team, this is y'all's first time being involved in a coach and GM search on the NFL level. You've done it a lot on the collegiate level here. Obviously, y'all both have NFL experience here in the positions. What do you think is the biggest difference there between specifically what you think Woody Johnson and the Jets want versus the searches y'all have done in the past?
Yeah, well, I've done searches for Woody Johnson as a member of the New York Jets. So I've been there. Proud of our track record, hiring 4 coaches and making all those 4 go in the playoffs year one. And Rick Spielman has a ton of experience, guys, and was part of a very successful search last year with the Commanders. So, again, I think more importantly is to be experienced and to be organized, and then, again, just be great listeners and just go where the information takes you. And, again, when we hired Rex Ryan, for example, we didn't go in there saying, boy, we need a flamboyant defensive coach. And, we moved on from a defensive coach and Coach Mangini and replaced him with another one. And we got a great result. When it just every situation is different and unique. And again, I just think if you just say to yourself, we're not going to, overreact and be patient, more times than not, you'll get, the proper result.
And Mike T, you're in that position where you actually are, colleagues with us here at ESPN with Rex Ryan. How serious is he about being a guy that wants to coach in this league and specifically wants to coach for the Jets?
Well, I think, not us being colleagues, but us being consumers of ESPN, it's pretty clear, right, that he made that clear on the Michael Kay show. And look, I've known Rex for a long time. He's a passionate guy. I think he does a great job on TV. I've seen him be a great job as a coach. He obviously knows the sport incredibly well. And whatever Rex does, he's, what you see is what you get.
I have some sound I want to play you. I'm sure you've already heard it, but I want the fans to hear it as well. Mike Tannenbaum, as you join us here on Theoretically Speaking. Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show addressing his future.
And I came here to win here. So I'm not jumping off ship, I definitely want to play and not in New York. I don't even know if I want to play yet, but New York would be my first option.
How much is he going to weigh into the decision-making between coach and GM, and also just the fact of not knowing whether or not if he'll play next year in the National Football League?
Yeah, I think all those things, there's a chronological sequence. What's interesting, guys, for me, I could go back literally to 2009. There's just some incredible similarities with Brett Favre. And, we went through the painstaking process of making a decision, moving on from Coach Mangini, which wasn't easy. We had won 9 games, went through an exhaustive search for the head coach. We finally got that done with Rex Ryan. And literally the next day, Brett Favre walked into my office and said, you know what, Mike, if I play again, I'm probably going to play one more year, and I don't want to play here. And I'm thinking, well, we got a new coach, and that makes sense. We released Brett, drafted Sanchez. We went to the championship game. Whoever the head coach and GM is, will sit down with all the players, including the quarterback, at the appropriate time. But that's really, guys, a long time from now. We're sitting here, it's not even Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And free agency is the second week in March. So that is just chronologically a long time from now.
How close are the Jets to naming their new GM/head coach?
Well, I just said, we just started the process, and, under the rules, you can't even talk to most guys and women until, the season is over, which is what, the first and second week in January. So, like I said, the process has literally just begun. So it's going to take a long time. And again, under the rules, these things take a while.
Mike T, I know every time you join us on Tuesday, it's always a great conversation. We're curious. We had a caller tip, and we just want to clear something up. And feel free to comment on this however you want. A caller called us right after we talked with you and told us he saw the Jets team plane landing at PBI. He said he saw that. Now, I want to remind everybody, last week this time was the same day that we did learn that the Jets' former general manager, Joe Douglas, was fired. It all kind of happened in a whirlwind. Yes or no, did you or did you not meet with Woody Johnson that afternoon here in Palm Beach County?
I did not, and that's good to know that there's a plane down here, but that's not me. I fly commercial and have the receipts to show it. So, JetBlue, United last night, Delta. I'm very high up on points there.
Nice.
So, I wish I flew private, but unfortunately that wasn't me.
Well, I just figured maybe he was flying in private to meet with you. That's what we thought maybe happened. He flew the jet in because he knew he had to talk to his guy, Mike T.
I gotcha. No, I'm also up in New York, as you'll see me from time to time on ESPN. So there's a lot of miles going back and forth between, the beautiful Palm Beach County area down here and the Northeast as well.
We'll take your word for it. We'll take your word. We just wanted to clarify it because
I got the receipts.
Yeah,
I got the receipts. You don't need to take my word. In fact, if Good Karma wants to reimburse me for some of them, you got a deal.
Hey, I was about to say, hold on now. Hold on. Don't get me in any trouble now. Now they're going to charge a GKB on it. Mike T, I want to know for you, I kind of said this earlier about the Dolphins. They win tonight. There is a chance that we're talking about Tua now in the MVP race. We're talking about how valuable he is to that offense. What you've seen from Tua, I know it's not been against contenders, but I just want specifically what you've seen from him. Do you feel like people should be reassured that this is a team that can stick around this core and maybe contend into the future? Or do you still think it's a little fool's gold? They might need to blow it up soon.
Yeah, like most things, I always see things somewhere in the middle. Look, he's played really good post-concussion. You see accuracy, you see anticipation. The question he's going to have to answer for the foreseeable future, going back to college, is durability. Yeah. And when he's out there, he's played well. I don't think there's any question about that. And again, this week they can check a lot of boxes. Really good opponent, on the road, short week, cold. It was like when we played the Patriots a decade ago, like we couldn't get to where we wanted at the Jets until we got past them. And, for the Dolphins, like they're going to have to win some big games on the road in inclement weather to get to where they want to go. And for them, they've earned the right. This is a big game, and it's the next opportunity for them.
ESPN NFL insider Mike Tannenbaum on ESPN 106.3. Mike, I watched the Ravens beat the Chargers and control a lot of the football game last night. And I am thoroughly convinced that they are the team to beat in the AFC, and I'm not going to be deterred. What is your read on that? Who is the favorite in the AFC in your eyes right now?
Yeah, it's Buffalo for me. The thing about the Ravens, and they play better on defense, but until you have a defense that can get off the field consistently on third down, it's hard to win consistently. Not saying you can't, but it's hard to win consistently if you're not off the field on third down.
Yeah, I want to remind both of y'all that the two-time reigning champs are very good at getting off the field on third down in the Kansas City Chiefs, so let's just not forget about them in our praise of other AFC contenders. Mike T, I know you're a busy man. I know you gotta prep yourself for Thanksgiving as well to be the what was it again? The caloric intaker? What was it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm the caloric intaker.
The caloric intaker, Mike T, as he preps for a big Thursday. Just enjoy your week. Enjoy the coach and GM search with the Jets, and we'll chop it up with you next week here.
Okay, thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. That's our guy, Mike Tannenbaum, Mike T, who pulls up, courtesy of Eisner Amper, pulls up here on Theoretically Speaking, dropping gems, dropping takes. We didn't get a Mike Tannenbaum this time. I forgot.
I know. He's got a lot on his plate, literally and figuratively. Literally. I wonder if the questions that we give and badger him about who is going to be the next head coach for the Jets are going to be tougher than the Thanksgiving table. Extended family. Hey, Mike, you can tell me. Listen,
know.
We're family. Tell me, who are you thinking about?
So here's the difference, though. I think Mike T feels like a straight shooter, and he's so good at, he's been doing this long enough, both in the GM seat and also in media. He was never going to give us anything. He's that good. He's just
that
so
was like
trained.
The Matrix as he was dodging these questions left and right. I was trying to get something.
We got a little bit. We could talk about how his former searches with Woody Johnson have gone and whatnot for head coaches, which he did flex his muscle on how each of his head coaching hires as general manager, they made the playoffs the following year.
His connection got bad. I thought we were going to get Eberflus.
I legit thought Mike T was going to dismount on us at one point. I thought he was going to do it after the Aaron Rodgers sound. That would have been a perfect spot for him to just act like he couldn't hear us anymore. But he's a man of his word. I think at the Thanksgiving table, he's going to be way more open and honest. But he's not giving us this on the air.
Yeah, I don't know. Those Thanksgiving tables can get leaky, man. Just text a friend in a group chat. Hey, think about this. You got a teenage niece somewhere, brings her new boyfriend to the dinner table, and all of a sudden he's lighting up the boys' group chat. Hey, I've seen stranger things happen.
You're right. That's one thing you have to be courteous or cognizant of, but I'm sure a guy like Mike T, he's a vet. He knows what he's doing here. He will not be shaken by that. Mike T joined us on the Baptist Health Hotline, and you already know what time it is with the Baptist Health Hotline. If you want to tap in to Theoretically Speaking, it is 888-760-3776. Maybe you have a response. Maybe you have a response to the Jets. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. And CCAT, I misspoke. We'll have to get Jets fans a little later because right now it's time to take it to the house. We're doing it early this week. I misspoke because I'm not used to doing it on a Tuesday. Usually we do it on a Thursday or a Wednesday, but it's a Tuesday because, well, it's Thanksgiving week. If you want to take it to the house this weekend or in the future, thehousewestpalm.com, that beautiful coastal cuisine American restaurant right there at the park. You're going to want to tap in right now. Take it to the house trivia right now on Theoretically Speaking. You know how it goes. Call in and you get to choose between myself or CCAT a $50 gift card. You can win a $50 gift card to the House West Palm, and that will get you very far in a place that has a lot of great delicacies and drinks. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. If you're watching on the YouTube stream presented by Prize Picks, if you're listening on the FM dial or to your smart speaker, call in now for a $50 gift card to the House West Palm. All you got to do is choose a contestant and take it to the house trivia, 888-760-3776. And if you don't know what the house is, well, tee up your taste buds with the ultimate pairing. We're talking about great food and golf. The House West Palm overlooks the park's world-class 18-hole course. Right there in the ambiance of it all, as you're grubbing down, you got TVs in there to watch football. You also have golf action in the background over a beautiful course, and they've got it all there. Happy hours, brunch. They're open Wednesday through Sunday now. TheHouseWestPalm.com. TheHouseWestPalm.com to check out a full menu for the house. And the Lit 9 is right there behind you. So when you're done grubbing, when you're done getting some drinks up for happy hour, which again is half off, you can pull up to the park and do the Lit 9. 888-760-3776 for a $50 gift card to the house. 888-760-3776 to call in to play some Take It to the House trivia. You pick CCAT, you pick Theo Dorsey. The winner takes you to the house. You don't even got to answer any questions. We're going to answer the questions for you and win you a gift card to the house. One other thing, CCAT. I don't know if you realized this when we went to the house last week. The cabana, which is right there outside near the park, which is like a little overhang.
Yeah.
If you sit out there at the cabana during a football Saturday or Sunday, you actually get 2-for-1 drinks.
Whoa.
From kickoff until the final game concludes, 2-for-1 drinks on a Sunday or Saturday all day. Guess how much a $50 gift card can get you with 2-for-1 drinks?
Like, you don't got to convince me to go to the house on game day, but they still are with the 2-for-1 drinks.
I thought I'm trying to figure out how they're even making money. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Get yourself a $50 gift card to the House West Palm by playing some Take It to the House trivia. We bring in Kate Chumsden. We have the questions on the other side. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking and taking it to the house on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hey, it's Josh Cohen. When you need auto repair, honesty and reliability are everything. Trust the home for honest, reliable service since 1970. St. Lucie Battery and Tire. St. Lucie Battery and Tire has all the tire and battery brands in stock for cars, trucks, RVs, marine, power sports, golf carts, everything. Major and minor service repairs, free tire pressure, battery checks. St. Lucie Battery and Tire, over 50 years in our community. And now with 18 full-service locations, West Palm to the Treasure Coast. Go to slpt.com. That's slpt.com.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Festive fun is back on select nights. At Palm Beach Zoo, there's family fun. It's the best date night. Oh, Zoo Lights cheer here at Palm Beach Zoo. Oh, what fun it is to save wildlife at the zoo. Hey!
Zoo Lights, presented by Florida Power and Light Company and Discover the Palm Beaches, Florida. Get your tickets today at pbzoo.org/zoolights.
I'm Darnella Felix, and when I crave buds, I crave the chicken finger dinner, and I love the mac and cheese.
When that craving hits, it's time to come into Bud's to try our classic hand-breaded chicken, made fresh to order.
Take one.
Come on down to Bud's Chicken and Seafood for a Binger Ficky.
You said Binger Ficky.
Why would I say Binger Ficky?
I don't know, because it's Bud's Finger Quickie served with fries.
Sounds good.
Taste Buds. Taste the difference.
Be a part of the excitement as the nation's top collegiate place kickers are honored Monday, December 9th at the Lou Groza Award Banquet, presented by the Orange Bowl. Meet the top college place kickers in America, and the area's best prep players and coaches are honored. Guest speaker, former NFL head coach Dave Shula. The Lou Groza Collegiate Place Kicker Award Banquet, Monday, December 9th at the West Palm Beach Marriott. For tickets, call 561-233-3180 or visit lougrozaaward.com.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We got one caller. Our second guy dropped. If you want to jump in, one last chance to jump into the Take It to the House trivia, and you can get the other contestant between myself and C-Cat. We got one contestant. We need a second one. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776 for your chance to win a $50 gift card to the House West Palm, or just call us right back. Hit us right back. 888-760-3776 to jump into Take It to the House trivia as Cade Chumslin pulls up and gives us the goods with the trivia question. So how about this, Cade? As you get ready to tell us the name of the trivia, or the topic of the trivia, I want to tell people out there where they can head this weekend as well. They can head on over to KUSeahawks.com. That is to get in and tapped in with Seahawks Athletic. They are the 22 national championship winning Kaiser Seahawks programs. They are at the flagship campus of Kaiser University. It's also a place you can go if you want to go and get your golf game tuned up. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center, KaiserGolfCenter.com. 2,000 square foot indoor facility. They've got hitting bays, ball flight technology. They've got great coaching there. KaiserGolfCenter.com at the flagship campus. Train like a pro. Be at the top of your game. The Kaiser Seahawks, they birth champions in their programs and sports. They also help you train like a pro if you're trying to get tuned up. We're in season. I know you're getting invited out to go play golf. You're going to get invited out to the scrambles. Don't be the one person who they're never using their ball. Tune up your game at the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County, off I-95 in the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com. All right, we're back on board with Take It to the House trivia. I do believe we have another contestant here. And who do we have here on line one, CK?
So on line one, we're going to a bit of a rush here, but we got Steve in Lake Worth is our first contestant, and he picked you.
Okay, so Steve picked me. Since we're in a rush, I'm sorry, Steve, we couldn't jump you up on air. Cade Chumslin, what is our topic for this Take It to the House trivia? And again, If I win, Steve gets a $50 gift card to the House West Palm. What we doing here, Kate?
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we're doing NFL thank you notes.
Nice. So this is NFL thank you notes is the topic. We have 5 questions. Theo's a whistle. C-Cat is a hike. Let's get it going.
So basically, I wrote 5 thank you notes from the perspective of either sports personalities or athletes or whatever to do with the NFL. You have to tell me who wrote the thank you note.
Yes. Okay. Got you. From your perspective.
Yes.
Yes.
Dear Josh Jacobs, thank you for 106 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. That way I didn't have to worry about throwing an interception. Heard a whistle.
That's going to be Jordan Love.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was good. I like that.
I forgot what team Josh Jacobs on for a second. I was going to say Gardner Minshew.
Oh, that would have been great. I wish I didn't buzz in. Because it's Spencer Rattler throwing it for them anyways right now. Or Desmond Ridder. Excuse me. Yikes.
Damn.
Just bad quarterbacks being hurled around there.
All right, 1-0 Theo on top.
Dear team, thank you for not giving up on the season since our loss to Arizona. Now we're on a 3-game win streak, and my head is feeling great.
Golly.
Yes, sir. Tua Tagovailoa.
That is correct.
That is good. His head is feeling great, and if they could beat the Packers on Thursday night, they're 6-6, 1 game back in the playoffs.
Tell you what, head feels great. Jeez. Come on, Cade. 2-0 Theo.
You are a fan. Go Cade. Go Cade.
Dear Woody Johnson, thank you for showing the world that you are the real problem with the New York Jets and not me.
Robert Saleh.
Correct.
Well, that boy nasty with it. Is that 3-0? Is that a 3-0 lead? I mean,
he got lucky on a
50
He got lucky on a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
Never in the history of Take It to the House trivia has there been a 3-0 lead that has been lost. But let's see if it can happen with these last 2 questions.
We'll see. Yeah.
The mathing's not mathing, my guy.
I know. That's why I love it.
Dear offense, thank you for finally being able to put up some points this week. I wanted nothing more than to beat that so-called defensive player of the year on the other sideline.
Dang it.
So I got that one first, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so you get to answer it first. Go.
So-called defensive player of the year. The Browns?
I'm looking
It's
for a specific
person,
player.
though, but is that a guess?
So I want to know better. Jameis Winston?
Incorrect.
Yeah, it's going to be Myles Garrett.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Last question,
Yeah.
please. I get it. Yeah.
I was lost. You
Yeah.
know, you got me flustered.
Just one more.
Last one. Dear Doug Peterson, thank you for ruining the Jaguar season this year.
Colin Russo.
No.
Incorrect.
Oh, man, if I get this off of no. Dang it, I shouldn't have buzzed in that quick.
I
gotta
should
go-
get that correctly.
Why?
That should be a point.
For Colin Russo, I'm going to go Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer.
It applies, but you didn't let me finish the sentence.
Urban Meyer.
Incorrect. The rest of the thank you note goes,
Oh, it's another team.
maybe next year I'll be able to see my favorite head coach, Bill Belichick, come back to the league to work with Trevor Lawrence.
Evan Cohen?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, I was on
That
the
is
right.
crazy.
That
You
would've
were-
been nice.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I love that. That was a great rendition of Take It to the House trivia, mostly because I was able to come out on top.
I've got
Appreciate you, Kate
news.
Shumslin.
I've got breaking news.
What's your breaking news?
It's a special occasion. It's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
We have both winners.
Oh!
So I didn't let anybody down.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah,
so
so
everybody gets a gift card.
Steve from Lake Worth,
Yes.
he's going to get a $50 gift card to the house,
Yes.
and so is Tom and Stewart.
Tom and Stewart, Steve and Lake Worth, you both get $50 gift cards to the House West Palm. Congratulations. You'll enjoy it. They're open Wednesday through Sunday. TheHouseWestPalm.com. Check out their menu, and you'll see why we get so excited about that. Kate Chumson, thanks for pulling up. C-Cat, thank you for being a speed bump as I rolled to victory. That was Take It to the House trivia here on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Is your credit on life support? Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Local bank representatives will be on site to grant special approval to consumers who meet certain minimum criteria. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Hello, is this thing on? I repeat, Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss the credit clinic today and tomorrow at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or go online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Credit affects down payment and approval term.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Hey, my name is Colin Russo, and this is your Miami Dolphins Minute. Well, the Dolphins are now riding hot here as they've won their third game in a row on Sunday against the New England Patriots at Hard Rock by a score of 34-15. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa put together his best game of the season so far, carving up that Pats defense for a 317-yard, 4-touchdown day. Receiver Jalen Waddle finally broke out in a big way himself, throttling his way to an 8-reception, 144-yard, and touchdown. Dolphins keep on winning. They got a path to the postseason. They're sitting at 5-6 with a fairly favorable schedule the rest of the way. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum as the Dolphins travel to Lambeau in Wisconsin for a Thanksgiving showdown against the Packers. That's this Thursday, 8/20. That was your Miami Dolphins Minute presented by Hard Rock Bet, Florida's official sportsbook. Bet on the Dolphins all season long. Try today and get up to $100 back in bonus bets if that first bet does not win. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Considered by gambling. Call 1-888-ADMIT.
Anna Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Florida Atlantic women's basketball season is here. Join head coach Jennifer Sullivan and star guards Maya Perry and Jada Moore at Eleanor R. Baldwin Arena this year for big-time college basketball action. Groups of 15 or more get in free. Single game tickets just $10. The band, the cheerleaders, the fun, the action, it's all there with Florida Atlantic women's basketball. Visit FAUsports.com for more information. Florida Atlantic Owls, winning in paradise.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Welcome to the Kaiser Sports Update. I'm Kate Chumsley. The Seahawks women's soccer team is still alive in the NAIA National Championship bracket after a second-round win over Tennessee Wesleyan 4-0. They will next face Missouri Valley on December 3rd at 4 p.m. Unfortunately, the Kaiser men's soccer team got bounced out of the tournament against the University of Mobile 2-1. They finished the season with a 9-4-3 record and 7-1 in conference play. Kaiser football is ready for its first postseason opponent. This Saturday, the Seahawks will host the number 20 seeded University of Pikeville Bears after their round 1 victory over number 13 Baker last week. The Seahawks and Bears have only ever faced each other once, in which Kaiser won 24-17 back in 2018. This week, Kaiser University will host the Basketball Thanksgiving Classic. The men will play on Monday and Tuesday, while the women will play Tuesday and Wednesday. For more Kaiser Athletics scores and updates, head to KUSeahawks.com.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. We are back again on a Tuesday for the final time this week before Thanksgiving, before Turkey Day, before the great football games and the even better eats, hopefully. Can't speak for every household. C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. Jonathan Zaslow in with us on this Tuesday.
Hello.
In person.
Yes.
And your microphone works.
Yes, that was my fault. I'm sorry. That was a rookie move right there. Say hello to Christian over there. Hello,
Yes,
how you
sir.
doing? Good to see you.
Doing good.
Good to be in studio with you,
Come
Theo.
on,
How
man.
you doing? It's the best week, right? Everyone loves Thanksgiving week.
Come on, coming off of a hardball bowl. Now we got more family traditions on the way. And thank you to the Miami Dolphins for saving the Thanksgiving slate.
They have, right? Because
Yeah.
what are we talking? We're talking Cowboys, Giants, woof.
Snoozer.
And Lions, Bears. I mean, at least Lions are a great team, so it's okay to watch them. And at least with the Bears, all right, Caleb Williams. Let's see if he continues to progress. So at least you got my attention. But Packers, Dolphins, that's a big-time game.
That's a big game.
That's a big-time game.
And the Packers, the one thing that I fear for the Dolphins is the Packers, how creative their run game is. There's a chance that they can just march all over them in that cold weather. The Dolphins offense can look stagnant on the road, again, against a contender, and it can be an ugly showing. But the hope is, and it does feel like there's a lot of optimism around the Dolphins camp, as there always is, like this can exercise 2,000 demons at once for Tua, for Mike McDaniel, and for that franchise if they're able to get a win on Thursday night.
Yeah, it kind of feels that the narrative on Tua, it's shifted a little bit, right? We're now, like, everyone's on his tip now since he's returned. But that all goes away if he does not perform well on Thursday night because we know, see, we could have the graphic up on the screen and you got the 7 playoff teams and then it says in the hunt.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins, they're in the hunt right now.
All the time.
I refuse to pay attention to it until they go into Lambeau Thursday night, win a big game. I've seen this movie 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And I've seen it 1,000 times with Tua, where you have a game middle to late season, big time opponent, big spotlight. He doesn't play well in this game.
No.
He doesn't play well. The team doesn't play well. So this is nice. Do your thing against the Raiders, all right? You know, do what you do against the Patriots. And I understand the games against the Cardinals and Bills. He actually performed very well. You lose at the last second, stinks.
Yeah.
But go into Lambeau Thanksgiving at night against a good team, win that game, and then I'll start to entertain playoff stuff.
I love that you say that because, again, there's so many things fighting against the Dolphins right now. Here goes some stats. Joe Shad had a great article on the Palm Beach Post that outlined some stats.
What do you say?
Oh, and I know you. I did.
What do you have to say?
So here's just a couple things to keep in mind. The Dolphins 3-9 in their last dozen primetime games. So it's a primetime football game. They're 3-9 in their last 12. Not a good sign. When the temperature is 23
One of those, though, a few weeks ago against the Rams. That was a win. Okay, just saying.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. So,
Just saying.
hey, we're in the right, moving in the right direction. When the temperature is 23 degrees or colder,
Oh, my God.
Miami is 3-7 all time.
Yeah.
And Tua is 0-7 when it's 40 or below during his games.
Yeah, the narrative seems to have changed on Tua.
Yeah.
If you were watching the last couple games on ESPN, you're watching on CBS, we're talking, like I heard Orlovsky on Get Up yesterday morning, that there's not 5 quarterbacks in the NFL who are more important to their team right now than Tua. And of course that's true. You're not going to find anyone say anything negative about Tua right now.
No.
But that gets flipped on its head if we go back to its same old Dolphins on Thursday night and everybody is watching. It's Thanksgiving. Maybe you're dealing with the itis. You're sitting on your couch. You're enjoying the game, and you're honed in on Tua. It's a very big spot.
So many eyes on him, which again, as an objective viewer, makes me a little more fearful of what the outcomes can be, right? A big win is huge here. A loss again, and it's like blow the whole thing up because we've seen it time and time again. One more stat for you here. The Dolphins have played 4 teams this year with a winning record. they're 0-4 in those games.
Yeah, I mean, look at the teams they've beaten recently. It's Rams, Raiders, and I get the Rams are a game under 500. It's Rams, Raiders, and Patriots. I mean, beat a good team.
Yeah.
Beat a good team.
They have, and that's the thing.
Same story last year. They had one win against a good team. It was Dallas. That's it.
And look what happened to that good team. They got their asses kicked first round of the playoffs against the Packers.
This is a monster game on Thursday night, Theo.
Yeah.
Monster. And by the way, I don't want to sit here and sound all negative about the Dolphins coming up because I happen to believe, I think this has been, and he's missed, 4 or 5 games, whatever it was. This has been the best season of Tua's career.
Yeah.
And I say that because statistically that's not the case, but Tua has proven to everyone it's not the system, it's not the coach, it sure isn't the wide receivers either.
It's him.
Because if it's the wide receivers, why couldn't Skylar Thompson, Tyron Huntley do anything out there? Tua has showed everyone he's the guy, all right? The problem is he plays reckless, and that style allows him to get hurt. But this has been the best season of his career because we don't have to have this conversation anymore about Tua and whether or not he's a big-time quarterback. He clearly is.
He's not a system quarterback. He is the system that Mike McDaniel has put in place. In his 5 games since coming back from injury, 1,277 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, a 77% completion percentage. Here's the one stat that stands out to me that I'm actually shocked even reading. Just 1 interception.
Yeah.
Like, even when Tua is good, he's throwing those timing routes that inevitably end up in interceptions sometimes.
Great.
It's a trust throw. He only has 1 interception thrown in these past 5 games. He's been really good. If there's a time to strike, it is now. It's just like, I wish this was I would feel more comfortable with the Dolphins playing the Lions because at least that would be indoors. Like, any other circumstance, I would feel more confident, but it's something about all of these factors working against them that makes me just realize this is it, man.
One thing that I'll add here, and I also think these last few weeks have been really good for Mike McDaniel as well, because he obviously got a lot of crap during the losing streak. It was not a good look for him, but I think Mike McDaniel's done a real good job the last few weeks, and you got to give him credit because he's adjusted his style a bit, and part of it is they're committed to running the football of late.
Yeah.
They realize, okay, we can run the football. We got a real good running back in Devon Achane. You're seeing less carries from Mostert, which is something else that I like. Not that I like Mostert getting less carries, but the reason I like it is because one of Mike McDaniel's biggest faults, and he's still not perfect with this because Julian Hill is still on the team, but one of Mike McDaniel's biggest flaws has been holding players accountable. And finally, because of the fumbles, that's why Mostert is not getting as many carries.
Yeah.
You got to hold you accountable, all right? And he's done a good job there, and he's done a good job as well when it comes to running the football more. They've stuck with the running game, so it's a roundabout way of me telling you, Thursday night, they're going to Lambeau, cold weather. They've been committed to running the ball.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign going into that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, running the ball, and also probably short passing game going to be on
incorporate
fire
the
for them.
tight end as well. Jonnu Smith's having a career season. The formula, the way they've been playing late, I do think is conducive to the conditions they're going to be playing on Thursday night.
To be honest with you, I would just say keep Tua healthy through that game, and I'll feel good about the outcome no matter the way it goes, because a lot of these primetime games that are like linchpin games for the Dolphins, those have been some of the ones that end up worse for Tua as a quarterback and his health. You yourself are locked in when it comes to just overall men's health these days, though, right? Like, who are you hooked up with that has you feeling good?
Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about.
Come on.
I mean, Theo, all of us want to be healthy. We all want to look good. And we're tired of the fads that are out there, right? Well, that's why I'm going to tell you about Hexus MD. That's the easiest way to optimal health. I love partnering up here with Hexus MD. They are an easy and effective weight management method. It's going to work for you. Here's the thing. Hexus MD, they offer semaglutide and tirzepatide for weight loss. These are the best-selling weight loss medications on the market, and it's so easy with Hexus MD because there's no insurance required. You're going to fill out a simple medical form online. Go to hexusmd.com. That's HEXISMD.com. You're going to speak to a physician online. You don't even have to go in person. And then you're going to receive your medication, Theo. It's that easy. Discreet, fast delivery. Sometimes people they don't want their neighbors to know what's being delivered to their house. This is discreet, it's fast, and since you're listening right now to Theo, right now on ESPN 106.3, use promo code ESPN50 50, ESPN 50, 50% off. 50% off your first order. HexisMD, HEXISMD.com. That's your trusted partner in health and wellness.
Jonathan Zaslow joining us here on Theoretically Speaking on a Tuesday. We are talking ball. We're talking about the Dolphins and their race for the 7th seed. Mike McDaniel, you can say what you want about him. You can say what you want about these Dolphins. In his first 2 years, they've made the playoffs. He's trying to make that 3 in a row. The Dolphins not out of it. That brings me to this. The race for the 7th seed in the AFC. We thought it was over, and then the door reopened. And we thought it was over, and the door reopened again. Here's how things stand as we head into Thanksgiving. The Denver Broncos sitting at 7-5. They hold the keys to the 7th seed right now as the 3rd team in the AFC West, right behind the Chargers, way behind the Chiefs. Behind those Broncos, you have the Colts at 5-7, 2 full games back. You have the Dolphins at 5-6, only 1 back in the loss column. Obviously, they'll make it up off of the bye week coming forward here. If you are Miami, obviously Thursday night is a must-win game. Let's go through this and view it in the prism of, let's say the Dolphins do beat the Packers on Thursday.
Yes,
so the Dolphins move to
start.
6-6, right? This feels good.
Yes.
Which race do you feel like is going to be more compelling? And also, which race do you feel like will be more important to what the next year and a half or so of the NFL looks like? The race for that 7th seed in the AFC for the Broncos and the Dolphins, or the race for the number 1 overall pick between the Raiders, who need a quarterback, the Jaguars, who don't necessarily need a quarterback but can use the draft capital to trade back or can go get Travis Hunter, and the Giants, who they need like 3 quarterbacks. Like who? What do you think is going to be a more compelling race down the road?
The race for first place reverse standings
yes,
what you're talking about here. Well, look, as far as what's going to be more consequential to the league overall, it's first place reverse standings.
Yeah.
All right? Because if we're talking about the final wild card spot and having to win 3 road playoff games to get to the Super Bowl, that's extremely unlikely. But, be it if it's a Denver team or if it's Miami or maybe it's Indianapolis, long shot Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Very hard time believing any of those teams are going to make a run of 3 straight road playoff wins to get to the Super Bowl. But if we're talking about first place reverse standings, and, if it's Shadur Sanders or if it's Cam Ward or if it's Dylan Gabriel, it's always so hard, right, to be able to tell the great collegiate quarterback if it's going to carry over to the NFL. So it's very, very difficult. But I at least feel good that Shadur Sanders and Cam Ward are going to be high draft picks.
Oh,
yeah. That's by far the more interesting scenario. You're right. Jacksonville is not going to select anybody. But if Jacksonville gets the number 1 overall pick, they're absolutely going to move out of it. And then you got a team like, I don't know, say the New York Jets. I mean, the Jets right now are sitting at 3-8. You're telling me that the new general manager they decide to bring in is not going to try and make a play if it's Jacksonville, who is definitely going to look to move off the number 1 overall pick? You're not going to convince me, Theo, that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet next year.
Ain't no way.
I'm almost surprised that Aaron Rodgers is suiting up this weekend for the Jets.
Well, there's no
I'm being
point.
serious.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. There's no point going forward in this season.
Well, and all the talk behind the scenes, painting him looking terrible. I'm surprised he's playing this weekend.
Did you hear him on the Pat McAfee show earlier?
No, let me hear.
So here's Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show on his weekly Tuesday spot there, talking specifically to his future. And again, he's never been one to be completely honest about what his future is going to be, but here he is making a stab at it.
And I came here to win here. So I'm not jumping off ship, I definitely want to play and not in New York. I don't even know if I want to play yet, but New York would be my first option.
He don't want to play, and he don't want to play in New York.
It feels like it's par for the course, because for a guy who, I feel like even though it's not the truth, I feel like for a guy who prides himself in getting up there and speaking the truth, who listens to that and actually believes that he's sitting there, maybe just he's relaxing at home, and then he decides to think about his future. And he actually says, you know what? I think the best place for me is with the Jets next year. There's no way he actually believes that. There's no way.
He doesn't. First of all, he doesn't know who the head coach or the general manager will be yet. He knows that even in a situation that you could say if it wasn't the perfect scenario or situation, but it was the perfect one that he crafted, right? Like he created what the Jets were this year, and they're 3-8 under his watch. So it's not like he can feel like he did last year. Oh, you know what? When things are back rolling and I'm healthy, we're good. No, you're bad with him. This is my one thing about Aaron Rodgers. no matter if he wants to be a Jet next year or not, there's no way in hell you can convince me that whoever the Jets are going to go out there and get, and we talked to Mike Tannenbaum earlier, who's going to be on that search committee helping out Woody Johnson and making the selection. You can't convince me that whoever they get as general manager or head coach wants that guy to be playing quarterback for them next year.
No chance.
No scenario.
No chance.
You would prefer to either go with whoever you like a stopgap quarterback or go draft one.
I would go with the guy right behind him, Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor is the perfect kind of, he's in that Teddy Bridgewater ilk where, hey, we drafted a young quarterback. All right, let's bring Tyrod Taylor. You be our starting quarterback for a year. Everyone can rely on you. You're a good locker room guy. You're competent enough out there. We're not going to be any good, but you'll be the quarterback for a year, and then we're going to keep it moving. There is no chance. You have a new general manager, a new coach. You're likely to draft a quarterback, and you're going to have Aaron Rodgers still in the building. What are we talking? By the way, can I also mention how funny it is that Mike Tannenbaum and his crew, that they are heading up the search committee? Aren't we halfway expecting Mr. T there to come in a few weeks? Say, listen, I sat down with my team. I did the work. As far as the new general manager, I got the guy. You're looking at him. I mean,
that's the way to go.
Like this happened.
Old Doc Rivers.
This happened with the Dolphins like 25 years ago. The Dolphins needed a new president of the team, and Joe Bailey, who was working for the organization at the time, still I forget what his role was, was put in charge by Wayne Huizenga to head up a committee to search for who the new president of the team should be. And after a lot of deliberation and thought, he came back and said, the perfect guy is me. And they gave him the job. Like that, I feel like that's what Mr. T's going to do here.
We didn't ask him that question. Are you being considered for the job? How did we not ask that question?
Because I know he was going to give us another political. He played the middle. We asked him so many questions about the Jets job.
He's good at that.
He's a vet. Here's the thing, though.
You're not going to trick him.
You're talking about 25 years ago with the Dolphins. How about last year in the middle of the season with Doc Rivers? With the Bucks, who the Heat are going to play the Bucks tonight.
Oh, of course. That's right.
Remember?
He was a consultant. Oh, that's right. You're 100%. That's a good job, Theo.
Doc Rivers, and not only, the worst part about the Doc Rivers thing, not only was Doc Rivers just a consultant for the team, it wasn't like there was a vacancy there.
You're right.
What's his name was coaching the damn team.
They were 30-13.
They were winning games.
You're right.
And Doc Rivers convinced the Bucks
ownership. Look at you now. You're right. You're totally right about that.
That was the ultimate
That's
side
a great
of that.
job out of you, Theo. And by the way, Joe Bailey, whenever I bring that up for the Miami Dolphins, you can thank him for Mike Tomlin being the Steelers head coach and never having a losing season, because Mike Tomlin was a candidate for the Dolphins. And we all know, at least if you remember and you're of age, Joe Bailey came back to the Dolphins and told Mr. Huizenga, Tomlin, a little too hip-hop. And, of course, they didn't hire him. Steelers did.
Look too hip-hop.
A little too hip-hop.
Joe Bailey. How did his career turn out after all that? How long did he last with the Dolphins?
I mean, it's 25 years since the Dolphins have won a playoff game. I mean, it ain't going
Damn
well.
it. So it started with Joe Bailey.
Mike Tomlin, a little too hip-hop.
Golly. I mean, talk about a bad call.
Yeah.
Talk about a bad call.
Yeah.
Not only for himself, electing himself as the candidate, but then turning down maybe one of the great coaches of our generation in Mike Tomlin. How do you feel about those Steelers? Speaking of Tomlin, man, C-Cat earlier today professed that his Baltimore Ravens are the team to beat in the AFC following their win over the Chargers last night. And I had to remind him, just last week this time we were talking about how your quote-unquote team to beat got beat by a Steelers team that looked a little bit better.
I would still take and look, the Buffalo Bills get no love in the Zaslow Mansion.
Yeah.
Let's be certain of that.
Likewise, you're playing the hits. You're playing the hits today.
But if it was Buffalo and Baltimore, I would pick Buffalo to win that game. Yeah, I feel like, look, it was a super impressive win last night for Baltimore, but going into the game, it was like, I don't know who Baltimore is, because there are some weeks where they play Buffalo and they win 35-10.
Yeah.
You know, that they'll kill. But then there's other weeks where they're going to lose to the Raiders, or they're going to lose to, whichever other under 500 team, or they're going to lose to the Steelers, who didn't even score a touchdown. I don't know what Ravens team we're getting on a week-to-week basis. But last night kind of goes a long way toward, all right, let's go. Are we going to start to peak at the right time? Because, man, they really played the style last night that the Chargers wanted to play.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Herbert throwing the football 37 times is not what Harbaugh wants, and they bludgeoned them to death in the fourth quarter with Derrick Henry.
It's funny you say that. I do feel like there's a similar style preference there, and I don't know if you heard about this.
That they were brothers coaching against each other last night?
Yes.
Did you know that?
So
they're brothers.
It's not a coincidence. Jim Harbaugh is brothers. Actually grew up in the same home as John Harbaugh.
That's right. They're brothers.
Brother
versus brother
and
last
they both
night.
coach in the NFL.
I wasn't sure if you knew. I'm glad I brought it up. They're brothers. They were coaching against each other last night in a football game. And brother versus brother. Crazy.
I didn't know. Sometimes people miss those headlines, so I just didn't know. Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh, they're related.
I don't know if we gave that proper coverage.
Same mom and dad.
Because it's brother versus brother.
Yeah, same mom and dad. C-Cat. And that's your head coach.
That's my head coach.
Yeah.
Big bro. He little bros Jim Harbaugh on the regular.
3-0. How about that for big brothers heading into Thanksgiving week, right? Like on Thursday, big bros are on top right now. I'm a middle brother, so I can, I pick whichever side.
Can I just tell you something? Like they were asking, I forget which one it was, because I host game night on Monday nights on ESPN Radio, and we're playing the live post game reactions from the coaches. I don't remember which one it was, but they asked one of them about playing against your brother, and
it was Jim.
Okay, and they they love each other so much, and I get it. Like you're brothers, and you love your brother.
Yeah,
all of us who are brothers, we love our brother. It's not that unique a situation. Like you love him, I get it. It was so much gushing last night. Yeah, it's not that extraordinary. You love your brother. All right, it's a little much for me.
All of the coverage was so intoxicating to our friend Tina. Espresso Martina, that she actually texted the group chat ahead of the game.
She loved it?
She loved it so much she wanted the game to end in a tie. She was so taken aback. And I don't know if this was news to her. I guess she's just learned this week about the brothers that are coaching in the NFL, but so moved
I'm
by
glad
that
she
story.
caught on to it because I wasn't sure if we devoted any coverage to that. Tina, they're brothers.
They're brothers.
Coaching against each other.
And they're singing and they're coaching. Zaslow, I want to tell you, I want to get to these Heisman odds and also the college football award finalists because it kind of alluded to something I'm a little nervous about. We'll get to that, though, on the other side here. I do want to tell you that it's rivalry week, and the Coors Light College Tour is headed to the Treasure Coast. Do you struggle with rivalry week as well, Zaslow?
How do I struggle? Oh, like saying it?
Yeah.
No, rivalry week.
Say it like twice.
Rivalry week.
Like twice consecutive.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry
week.
Yeah, we got him.
A little bit.
It's tough. It's a tough little, rivalry week. But Coors Light College Tour is headed to the Treasure Coast this Saturday, November 30th, to join Coors Light and ESPN West Palm Street team at Townies in Palm City. Townies in Palm City from 6 to 8 to see Florida take on Florida State. Showcase your tailgate toss skills for a chance to win prizes of your favorite college teams. Hope it's not Florida State. Enjoy $2 drafts and $18 buckets all game long. Must be 21 or older to participate. Molson Coors reminds you to please drink responsibly. How about those Gators, huh? Saving their season, saving their coach.
Tremendous finish to the season for them.
That's great. Like, it was going to be the year of, oh my gosh. Like, Miami not only made up ground on both of those programs, but they both went into the toilet bowl. One of them stayed and flushed down there. You got to get them out with a plunger in Florida State. The other one in the Gators, they're like stealing recruits. They turned LSU season on its head.
They have, I think, the second toughest schedule in the country. I think only behind Georgia. And they're going to win 7 games.
It's crazy.
They're going to win 7 games, and they got 4 wins in the SEC. I'm giving them the 7th win because they're playing the worst team in the country, Florida State, this coming weekend. Unbelievable finish for the Gators. Big wins against LSU, big wins against Ole Miss. They were super competitive with Georgia. That was a tie game in the fourth quarter before they lost 34-20. And that when the AD gives the endorsement for Billy Napier, 5-6 weeks ago, you kind of look at it with the side eye. You know what? Maybe he knows. Maybe he knows that they got something going there. And like you said, they're turning recruits, and the kids, they like playing for him. I think Billy Napier has done a tremendous job. Tremendous job.
3 weeks into the season, when Florida had the rough start, we all kind of agreed. When Florida and Florida State were off to a bad start, we were like, yo, it's bad for both of these teams, but look at the Gators' schedule. It might be horrendous for them because we looked at that SEC slate in Tennessee and Kentucky and Georgia and Texas, and all they've done is compete at a high level, upset team.
The only one there that was a disaster was the Texas game. I mean, they got mauled, but otherwise they had played very well.
Yeah, and then they just knocked off Ole Miss.
Yep.
Get a chance to put the nail in the coffin of Florida State, leave them as a 2-win team. Gotta love what you saw out of the Gators. That'll be a fun one for those that pull up on Saturday. On the other side, we are going to address just the disrespect to the Miami Hurricanes and these award finalists, and it better not happen when y'all announce the finalists for New York. That's Jonathan Zaslow. That's CCAT. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty. The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety to the most vulnerable and fight for a more resilient future at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
Time now for a PNC Pause. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at pnc.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-600-9595. 800-600-9595. 800-600-9595.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. Thanksgiving is a special time to gather with loved ones as we enjoy our meals and create lasting memories. Let's take a moment to appreciate each other. Wishing you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving from your friends at ESPN 106.3 and Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
It's a Twin Peaks Tuesday. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge for eats, drinks, and scenic views. This is ESPN 106.3.
Florida Atlantic women's basketball season is here. Join head coach Jennifer Sullivan and star guards Maya Perry and Jada Moore at Eleanor R. Baldwin Arena this year for big-time college basketball action. Groups of 15 or more get in free. Single game tickets just $10. The band, the cheerleaders, the fun, the action, it's all there with Florida Atlantic women's basketball. Visit FAUsports.com for more information. Florida Atlantic Owls, winning in paradise.
When it comes to choosing a health plan, you can trust the members who have experienced it firsthand. Humana is proud to offer a Medicare Advantage plan in Florida that earned 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars is the highest rating possible. It's based on real members' experiences, and it's decided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Our Humana Gold Plus HMO earned 5 out of 5 stars. That means a few things. It means members get outstanding customer service. It means we connect them with excellent preventive care and chronic condition support. Most of all, it means you have a trustworthy option for a Medicare Advantage plan. Explore our 5-star Humana Gold Plus HMO at humana5star.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The sportsbook for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
All good things must come to an end. That includes UConn men's basketball's 17-game win streak. Whew. But you know what? It didn't come to an end without a bang. Jonathan Zaslow in with us, C-Cat here with Theoretically Speaking. Before we get to that result, and Dan Hurley himself, how about I tell you about something that never comes to an end? How about 2-for-1 drinks at Duffy's Sports Grill?
Tell me about that.
And it's again, any day of the week, anytime that you're in there and the bar's open, it is 2-for-1 drinks all day, every single day. 80 or more televisions in every single Duffy Sports Grill. So I hope you're ready for some action and some football.
Why
and
aren't
some
we
basketball.
doing this show from there right now? What are we doing here?
We only got 2 TVs in this place.
I mean, you got 2-for-1s?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
They have gridiron nachos. They have house fried pickles. They have the amazing mozzarella sticks.
I mean, you
Those
sold
are
me on the
starters.
2-for-1. This is all bonus that you're saying now.
Because you buy the first drink and guess what?
There's another one coming.
There's another one. You already know. You don't even have to ask. It's going to come to you. That's why Duffy Sports Grill is the place to be. Duffy'sMVP.com. That's where you should go. If you want to check out the menu, also become a rewards member, an MVP like myself. You can track those rewards as you enjoy the ambiance of Duffy Sports Grill. And as C-Cat has mentioned before, they've got the holiday cocktails on the menu now. Check them out yourself. See what's available. And didn't you say something about Santa pulling up?
Yeah, go to the website.
Santa's going to pull up. Santa just he pulls up to Duffy's sporadically.
Duffy'sMVP.com. You find out what location he'll be in what day.
At Duffy's, our game is always on. Dan Hurley's game is typically always on, except for when he's on his knees complaining about a call like he was last night when UConn dropped in Hawaii against Memphis 99-97. He was calling refs every name in the book. He was barking, and his team loses the game. But Zaz, you can't hate the effort. Like, I love when a coach gets fiery like Hurley did.
Theo, I got a great story for you. Which, based on what happened last night, Dan Hurley, we could both agree, is a crazy person. Yeah. All right, like he is clearly a crazy person. And yeah, UConn lost last night to Penny Hardaway's, Memphis Tigers, and okay, fine. But the game was tied at 92 in overtime. And it was an over-the-back call against UConn. It was not a good call.
No, it was terrible.
And Dan Hurley, I mean, he threw a fit. And they called the technical fouls, tied at 92. Officials don't want to call technical fouls under a minute to go in the game that's tied. They really, really don't. It has to be super egregious behavior. And apparently Dan Hurley is being accused of saying something like really not cool. It's one of the words that we don't use anymore. Yeah. So the official felt compelled. He had to give him the technical foul in that spot. Okay, I totally get that. Here's the thing. And you can add this to the list. I told this story, by the way, on my podcast, Zaslow Show 2.0. I told that earlier today. You can get that wherever you get your podcast, and it's presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. I told this story this morning. When I saw the highlights last night with Dan Hurley, not only the referee who made the call, but then the referee, the same one who gave Dan Hurley the technical foul last night. He and I, Dan Hurley, now have another thing in common. We have both received technical fouls from that same referee.
Are you what?
Whoa.
Hold on a second.
True story.
Hold on a second.
True story.
You don't coach basketball, Jonathan Zaslow.
True story.
You also are not playing in the NBA or college. I'm confused.
100% true story. So that referee right there went to my school in college. I started out at UCF. I graduated at University of Florida, but I started at UCF, and I transferred eventually to UF. Well, UCF has it's pretty well known. They turn out professional referees. They have a program where they train referees. Matter of fact, I was in the program when I was there. I used to officiate high school basketball, Central Florida area. Yeah, like I loved it. I was good at it. I loved it. And also in that program was that referee, Steven Anderson. And there was an intramurals game. He was refereeing what I was playing in this intramurals game. He was new to the program. So all of us referees, we knew each other. He didn't know me. And at one point in the game, I'm chatty. All right, like, okay.
You don't say.
I'm chatty in the game. And I also must have been particularly unhappy with a call or a couple calls that were made because, I'm also a referee, so I happen to know the rules. I know what's going on here. He gave me a technical foul, this Steven Anderson. And so at that point, I shut up because, it would be a really bad look for me if I get thrown out of a game by one of the guys that I work with. And, I told the other referee who I knew, I was like, hey, can you let him know, I'm one of you guys, I'm in the program too. I know he's new. He doesn't know me. He gave me a technical foul that day, that referee. Okay, fine. Fast forward, however many years later when I was on the Miami Heat broadcast, and I see the names of the referees who are doing that random Heat game that night. I'm like, I think that's the same Steven Anderson from UCF who also gave me a technical foul. And I look at NBA.com, the rep bios. There he is right there. I think he's a year younger than me, maybe a year older than me. Yeah. There's his bio right there. What school? Central Florida. Same guy.
So you know what's funny about that?
And he's a collegiate referee.
Yeah.
Now,
Dan Hurley also was perplexed at the sight of this referee because in his postgame he was like, I know the other two guys. I've never seen that dude before, and he was the one that caught the tech on him.
Yep. He refereed in the NBA for a short period of time. I think he was doing women's basketball most recently, and maybe this is his first year doing men's collegiate basketball, which is why Dan Hurley said I have no idea who that guy was. Well, Dan Hurley and I have both received technical fouls from that referee.
Who earned it more, though? I think Hurley probably.
I think he earned it. I did not earn it. He was a little bit sensitive, all right? A little too sensitive during intramurals.
Yeah. I was about to say, man, calling a tech during intramurals, man, you gotta call my mama out her name or something for me to get that aggressive. Relax.
Take it easy.
You seem to be one that parlays and takes it easy when you hop on over to Harrah's, right, Zaslow? That's a place you frequent, and you tell people to pull up on you.
I love what Harrah's got going on right now, right? At Harrah's Pompano Beach, they are turning rated poker play into a chance to break the bank for $1 million and a seat at the World Series of Poker Circuit main event. That's from January 30th to February 10th. Here's how you can get in, all right? You use your Caesars reward card every time you play at a qualifying table at Harrah's. You're going to bank your rated hours now through January 27th. So you got a lot of time, but let's go. Come on. Once you reach 150 hours, you're then going to qualify for the No Limit Hold'em Break the Bank tournament. It's January 29th. We're talking $250,000 up for grabs on the 29th for 150th place to number one. So tournament prizes, they're going to range from $500 all the way to $20,000. And if you land in the top 9 spots to win thousands in cash, plus a seat at the main event at the World Series of Poker Circuit Tournament, you pick which flight works best for you. First place gets the big bucks and the only shot to break the bank for $1 million. All the details are at Harrah's Pompano Beach World Series of Poker Room, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can follow Harrah's, of course, on social media. Powerline Road at 3rd Street, Pompano Beach at the Pump. And you got to be 18 or older for poker and simulcast, plus 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Zaz, I was about to say C-Cat. I'm used to going
You're
to that.
You're shook that Dan Hurley and I are on the same page.
I also am curious what position you were playing in this intramural game. What's your basketball game? Okay.
I believe it or not, look, I'm a little bit limited when it comes to height. You know, that happens, my people. And
You're blaming your people?
Yeah, us Jews. We're not the tall kinds. All right, we're not very tall. I played high school basketball as well.
Yeah.
North Miami Beach Senior High Chargers, shout out. Shooting guard. Played shooting guard.
Okay, shooting guard. Was it because your jumper was that pristine, or was the handle not tight enough to be a point?
The second point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a little bit of that struggle as well. I play on the wing a little bit more, a little 3 and a little 4. Just never practiced the handles enough to be able to get it up and down the court. Yeah.
Totally same here. I was a good enough shooter that, you know what, this is what I do. I'm not trying to be the best at dribbling.
Yeah, and C-Cat, your go-to in basketball was what? Because you were in high school basketball.
Yeah. I was a team manager. So I would hype up the team. I would talk crap on Twitter to the other high schools.
What's messed up about his role as team manager is they never gave him a chance to go in the game late.
Never got the make-a-wish minutes.
But hold on a second. All right. Is that a thing like for all team managers? I thought it's like in
times.
special circumstances.
Oh, no. That also happens too.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, that's
that's
awesome
great.
when that happens.
Everybody loves it.
But like any team manager, that's a thing where sometimes they let him, suit up.
A lot of times.
I think because I was a little bit of a saboteur, there were some players on my team that I didn't like, and I'd jot down an extra little turnover sometimes.
Oh, really?
And I'd go in.
What?
Going into halftime, I'd get in the coach's ear, like, yeah, man. Let's see. Javier. We'll call him Javier. Javier's got 6 turnovers, man. 3 assists.
Wow.
Just saying.
You're a sicko. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't let you get in the game.
Listen, the ends justify the means because Javier got less minutes. We won back-to-back section championships.
All right, but it also resulted in you not getting to suit up.
Fair enough. If that's the price to pay, I'll take that sacrifice.
It's worth it. It's worth it to some. I want to get to us actually talking about these Heisman odds and whatnot. I'm a little nervous. Before the season, or at least like midway through the season, I felt like Cam Ward was a shoo-in to win the Heisman. That loss really tripped things up. I saw the latest Heisman odds, this one at least on one of the books, obviously outside of Hard Rock Bet. Travis Hunter's minus 850 to win the Heisman now, so it's
Crazy.
over?
Yeah,
it's
right,
over?
Right, like that feels like it's over. If a guy's
That's
minus 850,
crazy.
it's like he's the Heisman.
I don't feel like it should be all the way over yet. And Cam Ward on this sports book plus 1,400. That's not even the criminal part of all of this. I saw the Maxwell finalists were released, which goes to the most outstanding offensive player every single year in college football. Ashton Jeanty was there. Dylan Gabriel was there. And Travis Hunter was there, but no Cam Ward. The quarterback from Miami getting no love right now, Zaz.
Well,
I'm a little nervous about his Heisman finalist status.
Okay, so you're not nervous about him winning the Heisman
He's not
because
gonna
we
win the
know
Heisman.
he's not going to
Yeah.
win it. It sounds like you're nervous that he's not going to be invited to New York.
Now it's up in the air. I know you get 4 finalists, so you would assume he would be the 4th
He has to be invited to New York.
person there. But what if they fall in love with Will Howard? What if he has a great Thanksgiving?
No.
What if he puts up 5 touchdowns against Michigan?
No.
He should be a Maxwell awardee at least. I mean, over Travis Hunter, who
but is it like we only do 3 finalists for Maxwell?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, then
it should have been over Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
for
but
the
then you know what? I really don't have a problem with it. Like, it's not like those are bums that you just mentioned who are the 3 Maxwell finalists ahead of him. He has to be in New York.
He's
he
better
will
than
absolutely be
Dylan
in New York.
Gabriel.
You can't be a favorite. He was the favorite for Heisman before the Georgia Tech loss. He was like minus 175, I think. You can't be the favorite this late in the season, and then you don't even get invited to New York. He's definitely going to get invited.
We're hoping out here in South Florida, fingers crossed. One thing we do know is coming to South Florida, no matter what happens with the Heisman odds, that is Palm Beach County's premier college football event. It's back, the 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, Wednesday, December 18th from FAU Stadium. What was your favorite Boca Bowl in recent memory? Have you been to one recently?
No, and the reason that I'm excited about you bringing this up is I've gotten the invite. I've been told that I got to come, so I do. I got to come this year.
Wednesday, December 18th, mark your calendar at FAU Stadium. I can't tell you which teams will be there yet, but I can tell you it's going to be a party, man. Always a great time. Big names, big teams, big action. The 2024 Boca Raton Bowl game, December 18th from FAU Stadium on ESPN. Don't miss out on it. And to find out more, BocaRatonBowl.com. My first Boca Bowl was Zach Wilson and BYU getting the win against UCF. Fun times.
Okay.
Yeah, like it gets cool. Bailey Zappi played in one recently as well.
Well,
NFL quarterbacks.
I'm definitely coming because I don't know if you're aware. I'm when you think of college football experts, there's Feinbaum, there's me.
Yeah.
All right. Every week I'm traveling ESPN Radio Campus Tour College Football Tailgate. So I'm trying to get to as many bowl games I can. I am absolutely in for Boca Raton Bowl.
I was going to put Stephen A. right ahead of you, but we'll take that. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hey, it's Josh Cohen. When you need auto repair, honesty and reliability are everything. Trust the home for honest, reliable service since 1970. St. Lucie Battery and Tire. St. Lucie Battery and Tire has all the tire and battery brands in stock for cars, trucks, RVs, marine, power sports, golf carts, everything. Major and minor service repairs, free tire pressure, battery checks. St. Lucie Battery and Tire, over 50 years in our community. And now with 18 full-service locations, West Palm to the Treasure Coast. Go to slbt.com. That's slbt.com.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Zay Flowers, thanks for nothing last night. Quickly, are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Literally all I needed was one Zay Flowers catch or a missed Justin Tucker field goal, and I'm in the fantasy football playoffs, and I didn't get either.
Well, hold on a second. Your fantasy football regular season ended after week 12?
Yeah, CCAT's league. Blame him. He's the commissioner.
Dude, what are you doing?
The teams wanted 6 teams in the playoffs.
Crazy.
I needed to have 2 weeks per semifinal and championship.
Why? Yeah.
And I want to avoid week 18. This is the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously you want to avoid week 18, but
Right.
why do you need multiple
There's other
weeks
ways.
per round?
There's
Because
other ways.
I want the best teams to win. I think a week-to-week basis, there's too much variables. What if your kicker
like
goes
it.
off for 25? I want to make sure
I
we
don't
have
like it.
our
I
best
don't like it.
represented.
I don't
I don't
like
like
the
it.
college football playoff.
We're going to overthrow CCAT in the fantasy football league all because Zay
I don't
Flowers
like it.
failed me.
Yeah, you may get there may be a mutiny against you. Don't be surprised.
Here's what I wanted to pitch at y'all. Mac Brown obviously fired from UNC. Mac Brown releasing a statement. Doesn't sound like the 73-year-old coach is done with coaching. Could we be talking about a little Mac Brown to Boca Raton action? Who says no?
It's a weird situation because it was 24 hours prior to that he said
weird.
he is not retiring. He's going to remain the coach. Like that is somewhere along the line there was a communication breakdown.
Something shook the wrong way, but I know there's an opening in Boca Raton. That's all
And
I'm
in
saying.
New York, maybe Mike T wants to bring in Mac Brown.
Oh.
NFL action? I don't know.
Hey,
No,
hey,
yeah,
plenty of
probably
options
not.
out there for you, Mac Brown. And I will say, FAU, Brian White, get on the horn after you're done calling Terry Braden Jr. and Doug Socia. That's Jonathan Zaslow. That's CCAT. We had a great time. Enjoy your Thanksgiving week. Enjoy your family. Go in love. Go in peace. Go enjoy.
Hey guys, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN 106.3. We're cramming so much football into your radio, it might need a bigger antenna. Tune in for NFL, college, high school, and even those guys playing football in the park. Okay, maybe not them, but every other big game. So if you're as obsessed with football as we are, crank up ESPN 106.3.
Shotgun snap. Here comes the rush off the left side. Pass down the middle, arching spiral. Over the shoulder catch.